This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Are you up? Are you up? I hope so. Right now you're getting a live look at St. Charles's historic Main Street, where right now it's the final day of the Festival of the Little Hills. Not the big hills,
the Little Hills.
We'll take that and we'll have more on that celebration on the cobblestone out there in just a little bit. But first off, good morning. So good to see you. It is Sunday, August 18th. I'm Travis Cummings.
And I'm Mercedes McKay. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Sunday. We have a lot to get to when it comes to all of you at home that have children going to St. Louis Public Schools. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. But first, meteorologist Tracy Henson is here with us today. And Tracy, is it going to be a good weather day for some of these kids' last day of summer?
Oh my gosh, yes. It was really a good weekend overall for the last weekend of summer. We're not dealing with storms. We're not going to deal with storms all of next week either, so hopefully that's one element that can go smoothly this week for back to school. Temperature-wise, it is 75 degrees outside, so cooler than it was yesterday. Yesterday at like 6 a.m. it was roughly 75, so we're in much better shape than today. Our humidity is at 73%. It'll be somewhat comfortable today. Winds are out of the northwest at just about 12 miles per hour. With that, think about where that's coming from. So that's cool air from Canada combining with that drier desert air. So we're in pretty good shape through the rest of the day today. I still have the heat index graphic up. However, look at this, still cooler. Our heat index will be about 2 degrees warmer than our actual forecasted temperature of around 85 degrees. It'll feel more like 87 during our peak heat of the day, but that's comfortable compared to what we've dealt with this past few weeks. Now, as far as tonight goes, we're looking at clearing conditions, so be sure to check out the sky tonight. It was beautiful this morning on my way into work, so check that out as well. 66 degrees, winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour.
All right, Tracy, thank you for that first look. Well, new this morning, one man is dead and another is in the hospital after a shooting in the Kingsway West neighborhood. It happened around 6:15 last night on Union Boulevard near Wabata Avenue. Police say one victim died at the scene while the other remains in the hospital in stable condition. We're working to learn more about what led up to that shooting. Well, this morning, another transportation setback for St. Louis Public Schools. The district says one of its vendors can no longer provide buses for the first day of school tomorrow.
It's an issue that'll impact about 1,000 students across 23 SLPS schools. The vendor, Extra Care Transportation, says the buses aren't canceled altogether, they're just delayed.
That is not a denial, just a delay. We will not deny or we will not walk away from providing the school bus services to the families of St. Louis. However, there are certain requirements that must be met when you utilize school buses within any school district, and we want to make sure that we are meeting those requirements.
Johnson says her team is working on having those half a dozen delayed buses ready for SLPS by August 26th. Now that's a week after the first day of school. But that's not the only transportation issue SLPS is working through this morning. 2 other vendors have made adjustments to how many buses they are providing. Take a look at this. The district says Shuttle Pro reduced the number of buses from 45 to 25, affecting as many as 1,800 students. Now, just yesterday, parents were given gas cards. A third vendor, Victorious Life International, told the district it could not acquire 10 buses to transport students. SLPS says it is working to ensure that parents are notified about an alternate plan.
And 5 on your side also sat down with the founder of Coalition for STL Kids. He says although this transportation saga has been an ongoing issue, it's not even the biggest problem the district faces.
It's really inconvenient and problematic for parents when their children can't get to school, but that's like 30 minutes, right? What I would be focused on more is the 8 hours that they're in the building, right? What's going on if only 13% of black kids can read on grade level? What's happening?
The district alerted us about the transportation update yesterday afternoon. This week, we've also learned SLPS will provide before and after care at all elementary schools starting tomorrow. Well, and even with a full plate of transportation troubles, SLPS is dealing with other situations in North City.
This morning, the district is evicting several nonprofits from the Clay Community Center. They have until next week to clear that property.
Yeah, and I actually caught up with one organization yesterday that's scrambling to get out.
It's really frustrating because North St. Louis definitely does not need another vacant building.
This land has seen a lot of life.
We've hosted hundreds of young people here on the property doing field trips, service learning activities. We've hosted our teen program, the Sunflower Institute here.
Now the community garden outside the Clay Community Center in North City is being dug up. Nick Speed's nonprofit Ujima is here to provide equitable access to food, education, and employment.
We are in a position where St. Louis Public Schools is evicting us.
Speed showed us this email he got from a professor at SLU. The university partners with the nonprofit and facilitates the property. The email says the district proposed a lease agreement to the university in late May that was just financially impossible for them.
There was a conversation about raising the rent as well as having folks pay for the water damage in the building. And so instead of coming back with a counteroffer, giving us an opportunity to come up with a new MOU and a plan, they decided to just kick us out. And so we've made several attempts to reach out to the district, but they've gone radio silent.
Volunteers came from near and far to help clear the lot on North 14th Street on Saturday.
Putting in rows so people can plant food and flowers, and then just suddenly being told, you guys have a week to remove all this. Yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking.
Even our teens are feeling the feels. They put a lot of hard work and effort into, cultivating and building this.
Speed, who owns another space down the road, says this won't stop him from sowing seed.
We know the sense of urgency is great in places like North City, and so the work is going to continue.
Well, the SLPS Board of Education's vice president took to social media saying, quote, a private university that doles out millions of dollars in tax abatements, demands free rent, and refuses to pay for significant damage it caused to a public building. End quote. Now, we reached out to Davis to elaborate on that. He referred us to the school district's spokesperson. We haven't heard back just yet.